Hi guys, welcome to another episode of AJAWI TV, where we discuss architectural and construction related topics. I'm AJAWI, and for today we'll be actually discussing why your contractor may think that you're actually a waste of his time, right? So what is that first thought that comes to the contractor's mind when you reach out to them, right? Or what is he thinking, right? So based on your first contact with that contractor, what is his thought, or what are his thoughts, right? So in this video, we'll be discussing that. So without any further ado, let's get into this video. All right, guys. Thanks for sticking around. So today we'll be discussing what is that first contact with your contractor like, right? What is he thinking? That's what we will be discussing now. All right. So at this point of the video, I want you to hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you can be notified whenever I make videos just like this one. You guys are not hitting the like button, right? So if it is that is 100 person watch this video, I want 100 likes. All right, so make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. All right, so most of the times when homeowners reach out to contractors, or most homeowners that I come across, right? Well, not most of them, but a lot of them, when I come across them, they're like, I reached out to a contractor and he took so long to give me a quotation, and she can't understand why it would take so long to actually get a quotation from the contractor, right? And to be honest with you, and maybe most contractors don't necessarily want to say this to you, but he may think that you're a waste of his time. Now, don't get upset. There's a reason why. All right? There's a reason why he may feel this way. This is what the typical homeowner or potential homeowner will do. They will, if at all, they will have their building plans done, right? And they are at the point where they actually want to do construction. And what will happen is that the homeowner will reach out to a contractor and say, hey, I have this building I want to construct, and I want you to give me a cost to do so. How much will it cost to actually do the construction for this building, right? Or the other scenario is this. The homeowner or the potential homeowner will call a contractor. Hi, I have a 2-bedroom house that I want to be constructed. Can you give me a cost on how much it will cost to actually do the construction? And the contractor, maybe he will smile, or maybe he'll just say, okay, right? Really and truly, the contractor doesn't take you seriously. That's the truth. And the first thought to his head is this person just trying to waste my time? He's not going to say that to you, but that is the reality of it. Because one, you don't necessarily provide any information. A 2-bedroom house can mean anything, right? You can have a 2-bedroom 2-story building. You can have a 2-bedroom, one part is detached, another part is, another part is below ground. You don't know. A 2-bedroom house can mean anything, and that doesn't necessarily give the contractor any information, right? So asking a contractor to give you a cost to do a 2-bedroom house doesn't mean anything at all. Yes, it doesn't mean anything at all to the contractor because there's no information there. Right? So he is at that point, he thinks that you are wasting his time. No, all right. You went a little further and you say, hey, I have a 2-bedroom house and I want to send you the plan so that you can give me a cost to do the construction. The contractor may or may not say, okay, all right, send it to me. And he may or may not give you a cost. But here's the thing. Most contractors will think, this homeowner is trying to get a free bill of quantities from me. So she's trying to waste my time. Why does he think this? This is because you're supposed to have a bill of quantities prepared and actually send the contractor the plan, the floor plans, right? The set of approved drawing or a copy of it. And you're supposed to send him the BQ or a blank bill of quantities for him to just fill in the cost in it, right? And then send it back to you as a bid. But you're not doing that. So the contractor just feels like you're wasting his time. All right. You also send the contractor the plans, the building, the drawings, and you're asking for a quotation. Another thing that he will think is, this homeowner is wasting my time because she just wants to get a cost, which she will then take to somebody else to do the construction or to use that bill of quantities and give it to somebody else for them to do the work, right? This is because you have not actually prepared your bill of quantities. They won't say that to you because they're basically trying to be tactful, right? Not going to say it out front, but I think it's something that homeowners need to understand, that when you go to a contractor without a bill of quantities, without the necessary drawings, then he won't take you seriously. Another thing that I see people doing, and a lot of people call me and ask me, is that, hey, I have a property that I want to do some addition to. Can you come to the property and measure up and give me a cost to actually do the work? That process should have actually been done in your bill of quantities. So the person will think, hey, this person is wasting your time. Because when he comes there to measure up, he's going to now have valuable information that he has spent time and money to get. In his head, you're going to take this information and then send it to somebody else for them to get to give you a cost, right? Now he has already put in work, and the other person, right, has not invested as much time as this person, and chances are they might bid lower, which causes them to lose it, right? Lose that particular contract, which arise the problem, right? So what is supposed to happen is you're supposed to get somebody to actually draw up your building, design the building, get it approved, then send it to the quantity surveyor. The quantity surveyor will quantify everything, put his cost in, right? Give you a blank with it, with all those items available, right? Or all those items on it. Then you're supposed to put that together, put a bid document together to say, a bid is basically an invitation to quote, right? To get the most competitive cost to do your construction. So when the bill of quantities is prepared, then you are supposed to send it to the contractor to say, hey, I have this project. Can you give me an estimate to actually build it, right? Now, you have already prepared the BQ. So the contractor will feel comfortable and feel that you are serious, right? Because you've gone through all of these steps. So you're a serious client, right? So at this point, he's like, okay, all right, this client seems serious. Let me just put in my cost and send it back so that I can get this bid done, right? That is the ideal situation, because he is not at this point thinking that you're just fishing for information. Once you get the information, then you're going to use it elsewhere, and that person will have his information, right? That's really what's going on in the contractor's mind, because the fact of the matter is a lot of homeowners do it, right? Which is why most of the times when people call a contractor to do some work for them, and the contractor is supposed to go there to do it, they say no. They're not going to pay you any attention because you're just fishing, and once you get the information, you're gone, right? That's the truth about it, right? So I want you to keep that in mind. Whenever you're doing construction or you want somebody to bid for you and you want them to take you seriously, get your bill of quantities done, get your drawings done, right? Get your contracts in place, and then you ask for a bid. So you have your minor or major works contract ready, so that once the bid goes through, you have that contract ready for them to sign off. But you now send out your invitation to tender, right? And the contractor now can submit his bid, because you have given him a template. He knows exactly what he's bidding on, so that you can get the job done. Somebody on the channel actually asked, so why would I send the contractor a bill of quantities, a blank bill of quantities? Don't I want the contractor to actually submit their cost? And that's a misconception, and I think the person doesn't understand what I'm saying to them. Here's what will happen. The contractor will go in, right? When you send your BQ when you send the drawings to the contractor for him to do a bill of quantities, this is what will happen if the contractor is going to take on that job, right? He will have to now pay a quantity surveyor to get a bill of quantities done, then to give it to you, and you now have this valuable information from the contractor. Contractor has spent money out of his pocket. He's now in a vulnerable position because he has now given you something valuable and he's not getting anything in return. And chances are you may take that information and use it elsewhere. You may decide that, hey, I'm not going to use this contractor, right? And use that bill of quantities to send it to somebody else. To say, hey, this is what the other person quote. Can you do better than this? That's not ethical, right? Because you're using his information that he paid for without his consent, right? So that's why you want to actually prepare your bill of quantities once you have your drawings ready. Now, a lot of people, they're like, okay, the bill of quantities that they got from the quantity surveyor is so high, and they don't see how they're going to get it done. What your bill of quantities, or what your QS is doing, your QS is actually preparing your bill of quantities for market value and for what he knows will be able to build the structure. You can actually get it cheaper, and that is why you need to do a bid or a tender, right? Because when he narrows down the cost to say, okay, it's gonna cost $20 million to build this 2-bedroom house, just for argument's sake, because a lot of people keep misinterpreting certain things, right? Well, a few people, just for argument's sake. The quantity surveyor is trying to ensure that when he gives you that bill of quantities, the bill of quantities is prepared in such a way that when you're building, you can actually finish the building with that cost, right? It may go over or it may go under, right? But he's trying to ensure that, hey, this is as reasonable as possible as it relates to getting it done, right? And you can actually get it done with this. Also, what you have to understand is when you ask a contractor to bid on your project, right? If he goes away and prepare a bill of quantities, say you have 10 doors in the building, and him don't pick up all 10, him pick up 6. Him pick up 5 lights when you have 8. Him pick up skirting to a certain length, which is wrong, right? Not necessarily accurate. Because the document wasn't prepared by a quantity surveyor, right, may not have picked up all the accurate information. Now, you take this bill of quantities and you go to somebody else and you say, this is what the person bid, which is wrong. You should not be doing that. The other person takes the bill of quantities and they look at it and they're like, this man no know what him do, because him pick up 5 doors when it's 8, him pick up 5 light when it's 6, just for argument's sake, right? Now the other person is going to quote you, and he's going to quote you for the 8. He's going to quote you for the 6, right? His bill of quantities is a little bit more accurate, and it is now possibly more than what the other person had bid, right? You're not in a better off position. Now that person that bid a little bit higher is going to lose based on how Jamaicans are, right? Even though his is a little bit more realistic, because he picked up everything in the building. Now, when you're comparing both bill of quantities as the homeowner, you're like, okay, cool. You're not looking on the item for item, you're looking at the value. You're looking at the money, because that's the most important part to you. You look on the money and say, all right, this one is $10 and this one is $5. I'm going to go with the $5. During construction, all of a sudden, you hear, oh no man, we did quote for 5 door. We never realized it's a 10 door. But it's 5 doors we quoted on. So the rest of them will have to cost you on that. This is because you never get a bill of quantities done properly, right? Now the project is going to now increase. The cost of the project is going to now increase, right? Now let's look at it from the actual bid aspect of it. You're not comparing apples with apples, so you cannot really make an informed decision, right? So when you're comparing 3 items to 10 items, obviously the 3 items are going to be cheaper, right, than the 10 items, depending on what it is, right? So you as the homeowner have to keep this in mind and understand that if you reach out to a contractor without a bill of quantities, without your drawings, and for them to just tell you a cost to do construction for a 3-bedroom house or a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom house, that means absolutely nothing to the person, to be honest with you. And a lot of people do that. A lot of people call me all the while and they're like, hey, I want to build a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. How much will it cost? How can I know what it costs? I don't see a drawing. I don't know anything about it. What are your fixtures like? Do you have an upstairs? Do you have, what is the terrain like? What finishes? What's in the bathroom? What kind of tile you have? None of that information is available, and you're asking for a cost. It doesn't make sense. So keep that in mind whenever you're asking for a cost, because you don't want to be wasting your time and the contractor's time, and you don't want to become frustrated because you give the person a cost. You give the person an invitation, or you invited the person to bid or to provide you with a cost, but he's not going to take you seriously because you have nothing to give him as information, and you're expecting something. You don't sit at a fireplace expecting fire without putting wood inside the fire, or wood inside the fireplace, then igniting it, and there's fire. So you have to understand that as the homeowner or as the potential client, there are certain things that is required of you before you can go to the contractor to really ask for a cost. If it is that you are really serious, there are people who are just shopping around and they just want to get information because they might try pull a fast one on people. I'll give you an example. Somebody called me and they were like, hey, I want you to go look at a building and the cost, and I want you to provide me with a cost. I went to look at the building, and I provided them with a cost, or the contractor provided them with a cost, because I'm not the contractor, right? Brought a contractor there, looked at it. Was on Marcus Garvey Drive, right? Measure up. When I went there and measure up what was there, got the contractor to bid. Then I submitted the bid to the client, right? The client used the information that I sent them to then send that information to somebody else to bid. Remember, I have to take into consideration that, hey, I drove to the place, I spent probably a few days measuring up, so that cost is inside my bid, because nothing is for free, right? Now, obviously, my cost is going to be a little bit higher than the other person's cost, right? The energy that I exert is going to be more than the other person. So at the end of the day, it's going to take a little bit more time. Say I may take 10 days to prepare the stuff. The other person, because they're not doing that footwork, is going to take less time to do it. So it's going to be unfair to me in such a situation, right? So long story short, I didn't get the job to do, but I learned from that experience, right? So if it is that somebody calls me and say, hey, I want the cost to do this, I will indicate to the person that, hey, you need to go get this and this done. You need to have this and this in place so that we can get it done for you, or give you a cost for it, right? So try to really put yourself in the contractor's shoes and understand that whenever you are coming expecting to get something, then you have to have something in place so that you can actually start the fire, or start things going. All right? So I want you to think about that the next time you reach out to a contractor, to actually ask them to give you a cost to do construction. All right? So that's it for this video. Please remember, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell. If I have 1,000 views for this video, I want 1,000 likes. All right? I know that you guys are following the channel. So please don't forget to hit the like, and don't forget to share with others. All right? I really appreciate that, and of course that's how YouTube will pick up the channel and bring it even further. All right? Please go check out my other channels. Right? I have another channel. I have the AJAWI family channel. That's where me and my partner, we do that channel together, right? So if you go within on my YouTube page, which is this one, if you go in the channel section, I think it's the channel section, yeah, well, if you go on my main page or the home section of this page, you will see the other channels that are there. You will see my channel, which is this one. Now, what am I saying? All right. I got a little bit tongue-tied, or my thought got messed up a while ago. So if you go on the home page of this channel, right, you will see the AJAWI family channel, and you will see my girlfriend's channel as well, right? I want you to subscribe to both of them. All right, follow us along, follow our journey, right? We both are young people, and we are, just looking to expand ourselves and grow as a couple. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel so that you can follow our journey. All right, I've uploaded a few videos on it about my exercise journey or my fitness journey. As you can see, your boy is getting a little bit slimmer. All right, I know that some of you guys have noticed, because a few of you have actually said it to me that I look a little bit younger. So yes, I have been taking my health a little bit more seriously, simply for the fact that I met in an accident in 2020, right? In January or February, I met in an accident, a serious one. It's a 3-vehicle collision, and during that time I was feeling so much pain and stuff like that, and I had to do physiotherapy, and guess what happened? I went to a meeting with a client, right? Went to the meeting, and on my way home from the meeting, I met in an accident. So this is the type of things that I consider whenever people reach out to me to actually come to their site and stuff like that. You have to understand that there are certain things that are required so that I can provide you with information. All right, so that's that. Anyways, I got sidetracked. What I'm saying is, I've uploaded a few of my exercise journey as a result of that, because when I was in accident, or when I was in physiotherapy, I couldn't move around as much. I couldn't even lift my hand, right? I put on a lot of weight during that time, and I was like, I started to snore and stuff like that. But anyways, most of that information is on that channel. So make sure you hit like when you go over there. Make sure you subscribe when you go over there, right? And the mask that you see me with, let me get the mask, right? The mask that you normally see me with, these are actually handmade by my girlfriend, right? My partner, my spooky, my other half, yeah, they are actually handmade, right? And yes, they do have an internal lining. So go over there on her channel, you will see how she makes them, and just subscribe as well and tell her that AJAWI sent you, right? So that's pretty much that. So I know that I have deviated a little, so I want to say thank you for watching this video, thank you for liking, thank you for sharing, thank you for the subscribe, and thank you for the support so far. We have reached 3,000 subscribers. I am so happy for the family. We're all a family here, the AJAWI family. So thank you for that. Continue to watch and continue to support, and I'll see you next time.